local people, local news and events, local sports, local matters. For all things Lloydminster and area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Hey, thanks for joining us here at Border City Furniture, your 100% locally owned and operated furniture store in downtown Lloydminster with a focus on Canadian-made quality products. I want to thank Border City Furniture for hosting, once again, the Border City PROspectives today. And joining us this week, we have Neil Harris, Katie Thackeray, and Gwen Mottram, three people all involved with the Spinning Wheel performance at the Juba Theatre that's coming up on Tuesday night. If you don't have your tickets yet, you should get them. We're very excited about that show, and we're going to be talking about that. And if you watch the Border City PROspectives on a regular basis, you'll know how often the Juba Theatre comes up on this show. And we're excited to get the prospectives of that from three performers, but Gwen, particularly, we've been associated with the Juba Theatre for so long now. What if your lifestyle could stay as vibrant as you are? Would you be more active, more social? Would your life be filled with more possibilities to live fully? Care Freedom Living by Wellings is designed to do just that. It's a concept for vibrant adults 55 plus that's more modern and unexpected. Discover a lifestyle created on your terms and lived at your pace. Then imagine that life could feel this good every day. Visit Wellings to discover more. 3211 72nd Avenue, Lloydminster, and at wellingsoflloydminster.com. Well, Love Story is back this February, presented by Richardson's Jewelry and Spiros. We're looking for three couples that would like to tell us their love story, including how they met, how they stay connected, and of course about their wedding. We've heard some hilarious wedding stories, and we've done this for the last 3 years. The wedding proposal is always fun to talk about. So if you'd like to appear as a couple on Live with Kurt Price, then tell us a little bit about your love story by sending an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. Those couples appearing on Live with Kurt Price will also receive a $100 Spiros gift card to use for a romantic night out. The Border City Rotary Club have announced that they will not be bringing their Irish pub night back this year, but instead raising money for youth initiatives a different way. They've started a raffle. The tickets are already selling quite well and are priced at $20 for one or $3 for $50. And Maria Kokonis and Jackie Tolmeyer told us about the awesome prizes.
We've got 3 prizes this year. We've got first prize, obviously, is the Oilers versus the Golden Knights with hoteling and a gas card, and that's going to be April 4th. Second prize is a queen size quilt made by Yvonne Dunn. Now, if you don't have anything unless you've got a queen size or a quilt made by Yvonne Dunn. I'm not actually joking.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I have a few of her quilts, and they're beautiful and made with love. And the third prize is a mini fridge, and there's a little bit of booze in that fridge as well.
It's your last chance to save with Camp Hoo Ha's checkout code KURT for their February 7th target shooting event called Shooting Stars. Chelsea Tishinsky told us they have some fun stuff planned, and tickets are available now on the Camp Hoo Ha Facebook page.
So our camp counselors for our February event are Janelle Misko and Keith Bailey from Lloydminster Fish and Game Association. So they're going to lead us through some safety, some instruction, and then we're going to, take aim at some targets. There's opportunity to create your own. We're going to do some crafts, have some food, and just, have some fun together out there. And they have an indoor range, so it'll be indoors, so we'll be comfortable doing that. Yeah. And then March, we're going to be with Garrett at Fight Farm. So he'll be leading us through some self-defense and stuff like that.
Save 10% when you use the checkout code KURT. Time now for Live in Lloydminster, brought to you by the Juba Community Theatre and May Cinema 6.
Last week was quite a week for Lloydminster with the widespread power outage affecting so many in our community. We're happy to share that our phone lines are now back up and running after our outage unfortunately fried our phones. A huge thank you goes out to Meridian Technical Services for their quick response and for their incredibly generous donation of new phones and activation charges. We truly could not have done this without them, and thank you to everybody for their patience and understanding. Hi everyone, I'm Tanis Heinz, and this is Live in Lloyd with a look at what's coming up at Vic Juba Community Theatre. We're just days away from the Lloydminster Regional Theatre Foundation presenting Spinning Wheel on January 27th. 11 of Lloydminster's finest musicians will bring the vibrant hits of the 70s to life, from Saturday in the Park to Proud Mary, and of course, Spinning Wheel. Tickets start at $30 with student tickets also available. Proceeds help fund essential capital equipment and maintenance projects at Vic Juba Community Theatre. Looking for something the whole family will love? Toy Story, a ballet production from the United Ballet Company, hits the stage on February 8th at 3 p.m. This magical retelling of the Pixar classic features beautiful choreography, colorful costumes, and a little extra fun. Come dressed as your favorite Toy Story character. Tickets are only $20 for adults and $10 for kids. Rock fans, get ready. American Rock Legends Tribute arrives on February 20th at 7:30 p.m. featuring the music of John Fogerty, CCR, Bruce Springsteen, and Bob Seger. Expect iconic sing-along hits and non-stop energy. Tickets are $50. Magic and Laughter take over on March 5th with Murray the Magician. He brings his family-friendly comedy-packed delusion show to Lloydminster called Hilarious Deceptions. You may recognize him from America's Got Talent, Pawn Stars, Netflix, Hulu, and Masters of Illusion. This is one show you won't want to miss. Country fans can mark April 18th for the Morgan Wallen Tribute, coming all the way from the UK, presented as part of the Dr. H.A. Macdonald season. Tickets are $45. So whether you're looking for music, family fun, rock, magic, or country, the entertainment calendar is packed. Grab your tickets early and we'll see you at the theater. I'm Tanis Heinz, and this has been Live in Lloyd with Kurt Price.
And playing at May Cinema 6 Friday through Thursday, Mercy. In the near future, an advanced AI judge tells a captive detective that he's on trial for the murder of his wife. If he fails to prove his innocence within 90 minutes, he'll be executed on the spot. This futurist spin on the procedural crime drama stars Chris Pratt as the accused and Rebecca Ferguson as the AI judge. Also showing at May Cinema 6, The Housemaid. 28 years later, The Bone Temple, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Zootopia 2, Song Sung Blue, and Saturday and Sunday matinees of Charlie the Wonder Dog. For tickets and showtimes to all upcoming movies, including Mercy, go to maytheaters.com. Live in Lloyd is brought to you by the Vic Juba Community Theatre and May Cinema 6. Cupcakes for Caregivers is for every caregiver that goes out of their way to provide exceptional care for family members and neighbors. And this is for everybody, from nurses, doctors. Caregivers make a difference every day. And this is what Cupcakes for Caregivers is all about. You can nominate someone special by emailing livewithkurtprice@gmail.com and just share how they have made a difference for you and your loved ones. It's a great way of saying thank you to those who are often taken for granted. Cupcakes for Caregivers is proudly presented by Lloydminster Sobeys and Umbrella Marketing and Design with Live with Kurt Price. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and will help you get your life back. 1-833-246-8326. They've been operating in Lloydminster for over 10 years now, and in that time, they have become Lloydminster's local restoration company. You see their name on the swimming pool. You've seen how they've helped out the Sexual Assault Center. They've sponsored many different events. And in doing so, BioClean Disaster Services has become Lloydminster's largest restoration company. So if any kind of fire, flood, or wind disaster should hit your home, it's terrible, but you want somebody who's going to take care of your property and your belongings, but more than anything, take care of you and your family. And that's what BioClean Disaster Services does. 1-833-246-8326. They'll help you get your life back. We're going to take a break here and be right back at Border City Furniture, where they will turn your house into a home. Border City Furniture in downtown Lloydminster. We'll be right back with Border City PROspectives.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more. made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 23 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and their service is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, give Superior Water a call. 780-875-6636, or stop and see them at their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft. And stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste, and I believe it is superior. Well, thanks for joining us today for the Border City PROspectives here at Border City Furniture, the winners of multiple Downtown Business of the Year awards. Our guests today are Neil Harris, Katie Thackeray, and Gwen Mottram, and we're excited to have them all here, all associated with the Spinning Wheel, which is next Tuesday night, 7:30, at the Vic Juba Community Theater. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you guys' time.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks. I've mentioned this several times. It's one of my favorite shows, and to do this because it's all the good things that Lloydminster offers. And we have 3 members of our community here that are heavily involved with the community and particularly with the Spinning Wheel. So I want to start with you, Katie, and
Sure.
I want you to just tell us about the Spinning Wheel. What is the Spinning Wheel?
What is the Spinning Wheel? Well, it is a fantastic show. We have 12 members, so we have a full horn section, multiple singers, a full band, and it's upbeat, it's fun. It's been a real joy to put together, so I've been really happy to be part of it.
How did you guys get started?
Oh gosh. Well, how does it get started? Well, Murray McDonnell and Ross Ulmer kind of head the group, and then I think they just invited their friends and people they want to play music with, and we kind of put this piece together for the fall, and then we're really excited to do it again.
Okay, and I got a text message from my friend Neil Harris, and Neil said, "Hey, I'm singing with the Spinning Wheel coming up on January 27th. Have you bought your ticket yet?" And I was like, "Neil Harris sings?" Neil, I had no idea.
Well, that could be a surprise to some people, but what Katie said was, this is the former group of the Lloyd Jazz group that normally puts on jazz shows and other shows. Kind of wanted to do a 70s show with a lot of the horn groups from the 1970s, like Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and
Chicago
Lighthouse, Tower of Power, and a lot of groups like that. And so I felt really fortunate to be asked sing with this group because they've been playing for a long time. And back to your question, so it's a sort of a hidden history. But so I won't take a long time, but I actually started in a garage band when I was 14, and we started playing in little groups around that time. And by age 16, we were full into a rock band for about 4 years. And back that was in the 60s and 70s. So
Here in Lloyd?
In Lloyd, yeah, long hair. And
Who was in that band with you?
some of the guys aren't around anymore. They haven't. But Barty Hayes was a drummer. He's in California right now. So if you know Kirby Hayes, his brother was our drummer, and Ken French, Laurie Dietrich, Mel Klotz. So I know some people might know those names, but we actually when we started out, it was a small thing, and we just wanted to get on the bandwagon of being in a band, and so we practiced a lot, and I tell people back then the minimum age for working in Lloyd was $1.70 an hour, and when we were kind of at the peak of what we were doing, we were making $500 a night. So each player would take home $100, and that was big money in those days. And we were busy almost every weekend for about 4 years, right through junior high and high school. And then it kind of fizzled out after high school, and people went their own different ways and so on. But yeah, so I was really happy to get back into it. Years later, with Mardi Gras and a bunch of other things, I kind of got connected with some of the old Lloyd musicians, and it was a time to get back into music. And so I've been back more or less ever since in one way or another. So yeah.
Gwen, how did you find out about and decide, you know what, Spinning Wheel, this could be a really good show for our foundation?
Yeah, so we were approached by the group. They did it for Arts Without Borders in October, and it was so much work for these guys that they wanted to do it more than once. So we were more than happy to do it at the Big Juba Community Theatre, because the show in October was at Nissan Hall, but we know that it's going to be a different vibe at the theater, and it'll be great sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. Let's get the details out of the way. So tickets
are on sale at bigjubatheater.ca. They are $30.25. So you can go to the theater's website and purchase it there. And tickets are selling well, but there are still some great seats left.
Absolutely, there are. Katie, how did you get into singing and performing?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, this is another funny story. So I was a very shy, quiet child.
That's hard to believe.
I know. I come out of my shell probably a little bit as time went on. So I went to high school in Lashburn, and Murray McDonnell was our music teacher in Lashburn.
I remember you guys performing at Mardi Gras.
At Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
So really, Mardi Gras stage would have been one of the first stages I've ever played at too. We basically had like a rock band with a choir. Was kind of the concept back then. So I was always part of the choir, and then Murray approached me and was like, hey, do you want to do a lead? And I was like, I don't think so. He gave me a cassette tape with a recording of, it was Tracy Chapman, Give Me One Reason. And he gave me this cassette tape, and he said, just learn this song and we'll see. So then we got back together, and it was just him and I and the bass player. And we started we were just like rehearsing it to see if it would be a go. And then I started singing, and the bass player stops playing. And I was like, oh no, like, was it bad? And he goes, I thought it was the recording. And so then that was kind of like my first time singing a lead. It was probably 2001-ish maybe.
Because it was Mardi Gras was fundraisers for the theater.
Yes, sure. Yeah. And so Murray invited me, a few years later after I was done high school, to just sing backups with him, and him and I have been playing together ever since. So, I kind of just here and there and everywhere, and that's kind of how it started.
So you're telling me you moved away to Saskatoon. Did you perform in Saskatoon? Did you stay?
I didn't. I didn't. Marie always was on me, like, why aren't you in a band? Why aren't you in a band? And I just maybe just didn't find the right people. And so coming back to Lloydminster really, made it that much more accessible for me to keep playing and singing with people and top-notch musicians for sure. So yeah, it's been great. I never really did get connected with anyone in Saskatoon, which is too bad, but I guess, I was shy. I was a shy kid. I would be physically sick to perform until I was probably 35. Like I would just be like, I can't do it. And so it's been lots more fun, and I've settled in lots more too. Yeah.
How'd you get associated with, like, was it just through Murray that you got through to, like, do you regularly play in the jazz band?
They probably invite me to sing maybe once a year, or like, periodically. I have been really lucky to sing with them here and there. But yeah, maybe once a year for one. Like I think they usually do 4 gigs a year. Ish.
Yeah. But Katie also performs with Eccentricity.
Yes, and Blocks Buds.
Yeah.
So I get to be part of a few groups, which keeps me entertained.
Well, it sounds like Lloydminster's music scene is all connected. Like everybody's connected. Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody over there.
We need this. Yep. Can you do this? Can you do that?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it almost, you can, depending what kind of venue or what kind of show it is, you can kind of, find your people to put something together to make it work for, whatever kind of show is appropriate, or which is really great. So yeah, I'm really grateful to be part of that crew of people, and they keep asking me to do stuff, so I guess the answer is yes.
Obviously, a huge part of the Lloydminster music scene is the Vic Juba Theatre, but you're saying before we started, you really missed the root.
Oh, the root. Yeah.
For local music,
absolutely, and traveling music. It was, during that period of time in my life, I was kind of going through a hard time. Like I was going through a divorce, and I had a small toddler, and something that was so wonderful. My daughter now is 18, and she turns 18 on the 27th, which she's a little bummed about that I don't get to come to her birthday party, but that's fine. She'll get over it. I'll go out after. But she even talks about growing up at the Root, and so it was such a wonderful environment to be able to have so many different people that played music, people that enjoyed music, people that were open-minded to like all different kinds of music. And I think that was such a wonderful place for a lot of us to really connect. Yeah. And we really did connect there. Like we were kind of this weird little club of people that it was kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to the Root, and it's like, what's playing, punk band, country band, jazz band, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
and just love to be there. Great food, great environment.
And it was a place for local musicians to connect.
Absolutely.
And people in arts.
Yeah. So I was really lucky to sing at the Root multiple times for lots of different venues, and I could bring my kid along with me, and she just, it was so great for her to grow up in that, I think too. Yeah.
Well, I remember one time Steve Earle was playing at the Vic Juba Theatre, and he went to the Root.
Sure.
Yeah. Somebody told him about it, and he came down and checked it out. So how did we, like, has it evolved from the Root now that everybody is so connected? How do we stay that way? You know what I mean? How do we, because are you finding that there's some younger people that are coming into the group now too, like that are getting connected with, Lloydminster's music scene?
Yeah, I
like,
think
how do they get involved?
Even when the Jazz Night guys did the guitar show, they had I guess there was 3 young high school kids that were involved in that show too. it's almost like the who knows who. Can you what kind of skills do you have, what can you offer, what can you bring in? And honestly, for young people, if you ever get an opportunity to play with an older group of people, like they just have so much richness to their, you know, their experience, and so it's such a great opportunity for anyone that's, and I myself included. I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to play with these guys, because they had so much experience and knowledge. So
when we talk about spinning wheel, like, do you pick your songs? How does it, because there's 12 people.
Yeah.
So how does the music get picked?
Well, and out of that, there's probably 4 or 5 main vocalists.
Yeah.
And some are generally a male voice that might fit better for it. But the 5 of us got together, and I think Murray had some ideas in his head already about, but what we sort of, it was almost like a bit of an audition in a way. You try sing this, you try sing that, and then we see what would fit. And the great thing is that the others can do great harmonies, which all of these bands had terrific harmonies along with strong vocals. So it was just a matter of what kind of fit. And I think that any of us could have switched roles and taken on any of those pieces quite well and made it their own. So yeah, it's
and
pretty
as far
exciting.
as the set list, I think Murray and Ross must have picked a set list, threw it at us, and it was kind of, I think we only ended up cutting 1 or 2 songs.
Yeah,
like that were kind of like, these weren't working out as well as we wanted, and so that was
and the other thing too is partly how this came about was, and I if Ross was here, he could explain it, but there were, when you work with horns, there's charts that they follow, music charts that are written for these pieces, and this set of charts for a lot of these songs were Ross had recently got a hold of them. They were not available, or someone had them, but no one knew where they were from many years ago. And it's very expensive to try either buy the charts or get someone to write them, which is the other difficult thing is, and I'm not a horn player, but the charts need to be written for the horns that are different from all of the other music. And so when Ross got a hold of these charts for these pieces, it was sort of a goal of his to put together a show that would really showcase those horn pieces from those terrific bands from that era.
Do you have a favorite song you're performing?
Oh boy!
Tell them what you're singing.
Oh, well, I'll be singing "Sunny Days." We're singing "Hats Off"
the
to the
Sesame Street theme.
Sunny Days.
Sunny days.
So if you go onto classic
music
rock,
like it's 70s, right?
Yeah. So if you go to classic rock radio stations or online, these songs were probably the top of the charts and played all the time, and are still being played right now. So "Hats Off to the Stranger," "Sunny Days," "Beginnings." Does anyone know what time it is?
Yeah.
See, if you know those songs, or if you're remember some of those or heard them, they were very popular, and people still, I hear them still played on morning shows and radio shows right now. They use them as a background. There's an ad on TV that plays either a Chicago or a Lighthouse song right now, and it's playing all the time, right? So they're still pulling those strong songs out from that era.
Those songs have stood the test of time, right?
Yep, they have.
Do you have a favorite?
I think initially when they threw "Proud Mary" at me, Tina Turner, I was like, you guys, what are you, crazy? But it probably has turned into my favorite song to do at this show. Yeah.
You were telling me you're really looking forward to the bigger stage.
Absolutely.
Tell us what happened when you performed at the Nissan Hall.
So at the Nissan Hall, and even in the rehearsal, we rehearsed at Holy Rosary
in the
High School
music room of the high school.
Because Aaron Sikora is one of the horn players at this show, and he's the high school band teacher there. So we got to use that venue for a rehearsal, and even in the one rehearsal, I was right next to the trumpet player. And I kept saying, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to move, or because it's quite loud. So we get to the sound check at the Nissan Hall, and there we are stuffed on that stage like sardines.
Yeah.
And so we get there, and I go, oh no. Well, I'm right next to trumpet again, and I'm thinking, oh boy, this could be trouble. So there was a few moments where I'm like, I think I could just trust what I do here and just go for it, because I can't hear a darn thing. But yeah, really.
I couldn't tell.
Which is great. So going to the Vic Juba, the bigger stage will be
spread out
so nice. We'll have a little more room. When we were basically bebopping and bumping into each other the whole show, which was actually really fun too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's something about being close that just, there's like a little bit of an energy that happens between each other, and you kind of just you have a little bit of a feel for each other because you're so close.
You're right, yeah.
So that was not terrible. That was actually kind of fun. And then, but having the bigger stage will be really nice to, you know, maybe be able to hear ourselves.
When this is a fundraiser, like,
Yes.
are you fundraising for anything particularly?
The current project that we're fundraising for is flooring replacement at the theater. So the audience chamber carpet is, well, like next year is the 25th. So it needs to be replaced. And then there's other flooring areas that need to be replaced as well. So that's the current project.
Come up on 25 years already.
25 years, yeah.
Wow.
So next March, we are going to have a 25th anniversary celebration, and it will be local groups as well. So it'll be a great night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that.
So get your tickets for the Spinning Wheel. It's going to be a great night. And if you've seen any of these bands before, like you know that it's going to be really, really great music, and the sound in the Vic is going to be absolutely incredible. And so get your tickets, buy your tickets, get your tickets. You can call now. The Vic has their phones up and running. You heard Tanis today say the phones are back after the power outage shut them down. So you can call. You can also, of course, visit vicjubatheater.ca. We'll take a break here at Border City Furniture, but we will be back here at Border City Furniture for more of the Border City PROspectives in just a moment. Border City Furniture, where their service and quality speaks for itself.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
Well, thanks for joining us here at Border City Furniture, your 100% locally owned and operated furniture store with a focus on Canadian-made quality products in downtown Lloydminster. We have Neil Harris, Katie Thackeray, and Gwen Mottram joining us. They're our guests today for the Border City PROspectives. And if you watch the Border City PROspectives, you know that we like to ask, what has changed in the city? What keeps you in the city? What do you love about Lloydminster? And time again, there are two things that come up over and over again. One is Bud Miller Park. People love Bud Miller Park. The other is the Vic Juba Theater, and we have a chance to talk to Gwen Mottram about the Vic Juba Theater. How long, like, when were you on the original committee?
So yeah, I was on the fundraising committee. And I was actually one of 5 people that went to the mayor at the time and said, we want to call the theater Vic Juba. We said center, Performing Arts Center. And Mayor Baker said, how about Vic Juba Community Theater? Because the community helped raise the funds for this theater. And so he went to the partners and to council, and that's how it was named. And we surprised him.
So originally it was going to be at the
It was-
comp, right? It was.
Yeah.
it was gonna
Oh,
be part
yeah.
of the comp.
Way before.
I think so, yeah.
Way before the Lakeland College site was chosen, it was considered at the comprehensive high school. And I cannot remember. I think it was. I can't remember why the Lakeland College site was chosen now. It was so long ago. Sorry. But yeah. So the Lakeland College site was chosen, and I was involved with the fundraising committee, and I am now chairing the Lloydminster Regional Theatre Foundation, which raises funds for the maintenance of the building.
Do you remember what the talk was when, like how the conversation started about building a theater in Lloyd?
Yeah. So, well, we had we still have a very large dance community that wanted a performing arts space. They were traveling to Vermilion for their performances.
Right.
I didn't know that.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's an expensive,
Mhm.
Yeah.
thing to do for all the dance community. The dance community is a significant renter of the theater, so that was a significant component. And then the local drama group wanted someplace to perform.
Yep.
Local bands wanted someplace to perform. So the initial reasoning for building the theater was for the local user, and it has expanded beyond that.
Mhm.
You know,
Absolutely.
yeah, people people were going to the city to see performances, and now they can see it at a significantly less price. Like, I'm
Absolutely.
going to a performance at the Citadel in a couple of weeks, and the tickets are more than I would spend here. So
I'm really excited. I have tickets for the Bellamy Brothers.
Mhm, yeah.
And the Bellamy Brothers, this will be, I think, the 3rd time they've played
Mhm,
at the Vic, and I just love it. I love the sound.
Yes.
It doesn't matter where
This-
you're sitting.
The sound is very
The
good.
sound is going to be incredible, and that's a band who's 50 years, and of course everybody knows the songs. You can sing
Mhm.
along with them. That's also what it's brought. But do you think that when you look back at the fundraising committee,
Mhm.
do you, because we hear on this show all the time, I mentioned it already, what do you think has changed in Lloydminster? Well, the culture's changed because of Vic Juba Community Theatre. It's brought so much more culture to the community. Do you think that fundraising committee knew that was going to happen, like, or thought that was the possibility that they could expand the culture of the entire city and make it into a not so transient community?
Yeah, I think it was a hope, but like it has really significantly developed. Like there's dance festivals now at the theater, which are bring in people from other communities across the provinces, and they spend money. They rent hotels. They go to restaurants. That's one benefit. Just one benefit during dance season, which is 3 months of the year, and then.
See, that's it. That's interesting, because I was thinking culturally, but here we are economically.
Yep. And yes, culturally, we now have such a wide variety of performances at the theater, comedy, country, folk, pop, magicians.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wonder about Catherine Edwards, and we've had her on the show. Like, how much youth that she has brought, because there's a venue now to go to hold where you can have more than 100 people watching your performance at once. I think it's,
and she puts 100 people on stage.
She puts 100 people on stage.
Yeah.
Well, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
But it has, like, we have so many talented people in this community. Where were those people before? What were they getting before, Gwen?
Yeah. So,
would Neil still be? Would he have become a therapist, or would he just have been a singer?
Good question.
both.
Yeah.
Both.
Had there been more roots, though, Neil?
Well,
let's ask Neil. Let's find out.
I think more people. We have a Connor Sturge, young drummer from our area, right? So he kind of got connected through the music scene in Lloyd, through his church, but also through Ross and this jazz community. And at 14, our little band that we were kind of reconstructing, our guitar player said, well, I said, we don't have a drummer. And he said, well, there's a drummer at our church. He's really good, but he's really young. And I said, well, how young is he? Well, he's really young. And I said, how young? 14. And we're our age, right? A few years ago. And okay, well, so he comes down. Well, he was an absolute professional at 14. Yeah. And since he's gone to the
Berkeley School of Music,
and is graduating from there and on to bigger and better things. And he's played with phenomenal musicians, and that was his route. It fit for him that there was a music community that could take him from what he was doing in the church and in his family and actually doing more professional jazz work.
And he was so interested in jazz music, which maybe wasn't consistent with his age group.
Right.
So he was so lucky.
But there was a way for him to develop that. And others have talked. I know I'm trying to remember the concert at the Vic Juba where a woman gave a real honor to Jan Berry about how she and Jan Berry played sax in Lloyd and went on with a bigger career. And this young woman said, and she grew up in Lloyd. We grew up with their family, and this younger woman spoke about how she got into saxophone and really took it on as part of her life because of what Jan did. So like those kind of roots are built here and they grow here, right?
Yeah, another benefit of the theater has been the band programs, right? Like I can remember at music festival doing the band competitions in gymnasiums. And in gymnasiums, a band concert just doesn't work. Like it was not good sound at all. And so when we moved the band competition for music festival into the theater, you could actually hear the music. So that's been a benefit for that program here in Lloydminster.
We went through a phase here where we didn't have a high school band. I remember Vic Juba being completely devastated that we didn't have a marching band for the parade. Vic used to be in charge of the parade. And I remember him coming and saying, we have some marching band music. Could you guys play it? And it's, we hope that it was only maybe 1, maybe 2 years, but it was, I could just see how devastated he was. What was like, what was Vic like did he kind of lead that group? Is that why he was named
the fundraising? Yeah. So I remember thinking once I heard that Vic was named the chairman of the fundraising committee, okay, it's now going to be built. Like he just had that. Like everybody had confidence in him that he could get the job done. So he was in charge of fundraising for the theater. That wasn't the reason why. It was just one of the reasons why it was named, because he also helped build the pool. Like he fundraised for the pool. Yep. And look at that. Like, like that program has expanded at the pool. Like there's another benefit because Vic helped fundraise for that facility. And also he was the refinery manager, and he was also instrumental in bringing the upgrader to Lloydminster as well. So,
Well, he was connected to lots of service clubs as well, many of the service clubs. And so you get that buy-in from all of those community businesses and organizations. They're all moving in the same direction.
Yeah, still is. You're still seeing selling tickets at the door and stuff.
Like he's a true leader. And once he was named fundraising chair, everybody knew it would happen, and it happened quickly.
When we talk about Lloydminster and we talk about all the positive things, a lot of times it's the people, and Vic is one of those.
Right?
Like
Yeah.
Like, and you mentioned Ken Baker.
Yeah.
Ken Baker's another guy I think sometimes gets taken for granted.
Yes.
A little bit on what he accomplished as well. But do you remember when the theater opened?
I don't know. I would have been, because I would have I would have been in Saskatoon at that time. So I would have graduated in 98. And then I would have moved back here in 06. But truthfully, my sister's actually a dancer. She's a real tap dancer. So I remember going to things in high school and going to her shows at Vermilion or things like that. And of course, because my sister was a dancer, our parents were pretty, open-minded to taking us to the theater or taking us to a musical in the city or a ballet or something. But those were always things that we had to go to the city to do, right? And I wasn't necessarily wickedly interested in the ballet, but I'm so grateful to have had that opportunity. Whereas here, those opportunities are like right in our back door now. The theater just provides such a great venue for such a wealth of like a broad spectrum. And I feel like I've always been someone I can enjoy anything live. Yeah. So you just really appreciate the amount of work that goes into it, whether it's kids that are performing and these kids shows, holy cow, these kids are performing at a pro level too, it's unbelievable. So giving the opportunity to be on the stage at the Vic Juba, I think for anyone, even us, it's such a great opportunity to get on stage, to be in a big venue, that theater venue. And it's been really,
There's been so many people perform there that we've had on the show, that we've had you on the show with Carolyn Park. Mm-hmm. That was a big deal for Carolyn. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be playing the Vic. Eleni. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Eleni. It was a huge deal for Eleni to play the Vic Juba Theater. It's almost like a milestone now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're taking it for granted.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we do. So Gwen and I weren't born here. You were pretty much born.
I was born in Maidstone.
Maidstone, but there's such if you're like, you grew up in Lashburn.
I grew up in Lashburn, yeah.
So Lashburn, Marshall, Kitscotty, even out to Dewberry, and you feel connected to
the community. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What do you love about this? What keeps you in Lloyd? Because you moved away and you came back. Now you have a business here with Vivid Hair Salon.
Yeah.
But what is it about Lloydminster that?
It's the people. It's the people that, there's so many, growing up in a smaller town, you have that community of people. Lloyd's bigger than Lashburn was, but it still has that connected community sense. So the people, you do feel like that small town, community minded connection to each other, and it's this venue or that venue, and it's different. It's the different faces, but it's the same faces. And honestly, like even our business, like we've been so lucky to just have such an amazing clientele of just wonderful people that we consider almost family. So this major connection to family, and of course my parents moved here from southern Saskatchewan in the 80s, in 1980. So they moved to Lashburn from southern Saskatchewan. So we grew up with no family around here, but man, do we have a lot of family here. The people that we've connected with over the years it's like we're a small family in this city, but we have so many connections and so many people, and so it does feel like a big family.
That's a great point. Neil, you grew up here.
Yeah. Born here. Yeah.
We get people on the show that say Vic Juba Theater changed Lloydminster. What else has changed? Like Is it like, because I think it's a special place to live, and people who have, and you're one of them, Katie. You moved away, and you're one of those people who said, as soon as I can get out of here, I'm getting away.
I'm out of here.
And then all of a sudden you're back here, and you love it.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been amazing to be home.
What is it? What like? What is it a change? Is it a change in you? Is it just it the people that make Lloyd special? I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think as a young person, I was, I felt like there was more out there than this little place. Okay, so that kind of felt like this feeling of what else is out there. I'm curious. What else is beyond this area? I guess what I learned, and I did get a few little opportunities to kind of be in a few different places, but I learned that wherever you are, you make those connections. So even when I was in Saskatoon, I played softball and I played hockey. And so it's just, making those other connections with those people, and then those people become your people. And still many of those people are still my people. So I guess it's like this idea of you experience life and you go through life experiencing different things, but you still take all those things with you. So even all the experiences that you have outside of Lloydminster, you take them with you, but you're still those connections that you have here, those you took with you when you went somewhere else. So it's like making the best of where you are and connecting with the people that really align with your values and things that you enjoy and your hobbies and whatnot, really create these major connections that you take with you. And wonderful. It's been wonderful.
I have a friend in Calgary who watches the show on a regular basis, and he says to me, boy, if I ever move out of Calgary, I'm moving to Lloyd. This sounds like an awesome place to live.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I love hearing that about our program for one thing, but about the city. I had another lady tell me that they moved out here from Prince Edward Island, and one of the things they watched and were thinking about is they checked out this show. And they went, you know what? That does sound like a pretty awesome place to live. Sometimes, Neil, we take it for granted.
We do, yeah. Well, I was going to say, when you asked me about being born here, well, I wore this hat intentionally, Centennial Civic Center, because I was 14 when it opened. And I'm going to be a bit sad when it finally meets its end. But at that time, I was like any 14-year-old in Lloyd right now, and how excited they were about the Cenovus hub and all of that, right? Or the theater. So I've seen these buildings and these developments grow in Lloyd. And for us, when we were just playing hockey and moving out of a very much older rinks into the Civic Center with artificial ice, it was a big deal. And everybody was behind it, right? I'm a little biased about Lloydminster because it's my hometown. I've lived here most of my life. We're fourth generation in my family here now. So we do brag about it, and so many things, the theater, the pools, the Cenovus, the golf course. Bud Miller, of course, is probably one of the best parks in any city or bigger our size. Unique challenges with the border, of course, but also some positive things around that as well. But as Katie said, and we, the people in Lloyd, they get behind initiatives, and they see the value in stepping up and supporting events or activities. There's a word about Lloyd. It's called last minute Lloyd. And you think, gee, are we going to sell enough tickets for this event or whatever? And last minute Lloyd seems to always come through, and the tickets and the event happens, right? But what else do I like about Lloyd is when sometimes I think, okay, it's the average age is 30 or 32, whatever it is, and so I'm beyond that age. But we've got a really vibrant community of young people with young families, as well as a solid group of seniors or my age that have been here longer, lots of young families, lots of activities for kids. So it's a really diverse group in many ways, diverse as far as newcomers to our community, but people who've been here long term and kind of are the roots of this program or this community, the the farmers and the business owners from earlier years, I guess. So it's got strength as well as a bit of transientness to it, but yeah.
Which I would say, if anyone isn't really connecting to what we're saying, the answer is to get involved. You know, find, you know, get involved in in something that whatever you're interested in, and show up in that way. I think that's such a great way to meet people, like such wonderful people and
Make those
like-minded people.
connections,
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows Gwen.
Yeah.
Seems like. Although I didn't have her phone number when I was looking to for some reason,
we'll
but I
fix
was
that.
yeah. Well, actually, because Gwen, you're involved with a lot of things. Like it's not just the Vic Juba Theatre.
Right.
I think of you when I think about the Vic Juba Theatre,
Right.
but you've been involved with a lot of things.
Right.
Like, were you always like that? Like growing up, were you like what got you to the point where you're like, yeah, I want to be involved with building this theater. I want to take on the challenges that come with Weaver Park and
Yeah. So I just keep getting asked, and they're all special projects for me, like Festival Trees and Weaver Heritage Park. You know, like I love that project. Arts Without Borders Festival. I love small arts events. Being involved with the players, the group that puts on the drama productions. I love arts and culture. So that's why I'm involved with those projects. I was involved with Music Festival too at one point. Yeah, I just love the art scene.
when did you start? Like when did you start really get involved with it?
First thing probably was Music Festival. My children were what started that? So one of my sons had a speech problem, and I was told that music could help with that issue, and so I enrolled him in piano, and then being involved with Music Festival came because they were competing in Music Festival, and that just snowballed.
And you haven't
That's
stopped.
how it works.
Right.
And you haven't stopped.
As they sometimes do. Yeah.
Yeah, and Neil, you're the same way. Like,
You bet.
Well, with so many
activities.
things that have tied into your occupation as well.
You bet. Yeah.
Right. Like
Mental health issues and supports in the community, and a lot of areas. You just like Katie said, if you want to be a part of this community, get involved. Phone, ask some questions. Say, do you need someone to help out in some area, and be a part of it, because you will get more connected to the community by just doing that.
I think the first time I interviewed you on my program, I went home and I think I said, I could listen to that man speak for an hour and it just calms me down.
Oh.
So I'm really looking forward to hearing your voice.
Yeah.
I can't believe I haven't heard you sing.
Yeah, that was one of the most common comments at the Spinning Wheel performance at Nissan Hall was, Neil can sing, and he sings.
That's
So far.
So far. Katie, how many bands do you play?
Well, I play in two regular groups, so Eccentricity and Block Spuds, and then I get the opportunity to join these jazz night guys whenever they ask me. Whenever they invite me, I always say yes.
Because you're going to be performing at the I Love Alberta Boobs as well.
That's right. So Block Spuds we've opened for that show the last 2 years, and then we've been invited to headline that event this year. So that'll be awesome. And yeah, they have this zombie prom
Do you
theme.
have to dress up?
Well, I think I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to. I got to talk the rest of the guys into some stage makeup, but I'm guessing yes, we will.
One of the things we like to ask people on this program is, there's so many events that go on throughout the year here in Lloydminster. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite event that I'm not going to miss this event? We've had everything from the parade to Center Stage Studios productions mentioned but is there an event this is, when I think about Lloydminster and the community and how it comes together, this is the event that I think of.
I have lots of favorites. I don't know that I could pick one. I mean, I have to be involved with Festival Trees. I love that event. Um,
Well, every
oh my
year Katie
gosh.
Mesmer does her tree,
Her tree,
and
yeah.
it's like an unveiling. Everybody can't wait,
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
what it looks like. That is a fantastic event.
Yeah, yeah, I love that event.
I can't believe I've been involved with it for a few years now.
Yeah.
I look back, I'm like, I can't believe there was a time I wasn't involved with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also involved with Rib Fest. So it's Father's Day weekend. I helped get we're trying to expand their little artisan village a bit more. So I look forward to that event because of the stage, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say we get to play at that usually too, so that's a fun event too.
Yeah, I love listening to the local musicians at Rib Fest. So yeah.
Is there an event for you?
I don't know. I honestly just I like experiencing everything. So it's like, how do you pick a favorite
Right?
when they're all so different, I guess.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the Festival of Trees, we played at that this year, and I had never been to that event before. And now I'm like, wow, that was such a great, beautiful evening.
Yeah. And you guys looked fantastic. You
Oh.
sounded
Sounded
fantastic. Yeah.
I think people were a little disappointed when they stopped playing.
It was a great event.
Yeah.
It was a great event. It went so smoothly, and thank you for making it happen that way. I felt that.
Well,
you
you're
were
very organized. Let's face it. You're one of the most
Just
organized
show up.
people I've ever,
Yeah.
I've ever been
Which
around.
is,
helps
to
make
be
things go
honest,
smoothly.
yeah,
It's a
even
trait I don't have. So
And-
I admire people who can do it.
for me too. Like I often am singing at events, but without the people that organize it, those things wouldn't happen. So I feel so grateful to have those people like Gwen involved that are like, okay, I can take the reins on this. We can pull this together. We can make it happen. Because that's not necessarily my strong suit. But like showing up and singing, I can do that any day. But that's my easy task. In a sense. So and now that we're talking about it, it's my kid is my youngest is graduating from high school, so it's like I just feel having this discussion, I feel like I have more opportunity to get more involved in some of the other stuff because I'm not chasing kids anymore.
Yeah.
It's like the next phase, the shift happens.
When we went over to Europe, I was like, I want to find a tie. I want to find something nice from Europe that we could do for Festival of Trees. That event means a lot to us as well. Neil, is there an event that
I'm the same. There's so many. I like the Lloyd Parade in the summer. I like the Winter Parade just because it draws a lot of people together, and you sort of see a lot of faces of people you haven't seen for a long time. And we brave the elements in the Winter Parade, and National Aboriginal Days or Indigenous Days. I've been involved in that for a number of years, and it's always it's a close to my heart kind of one. But yeah, there's so many that, and I agree. I anything that's community related, if I can be there, I'll be there. It's a pancake breakfast. Again, it's that community getting together and doing something at an event. The July 1st event or whatever, so
Heritage Day.
So those kind of things. So
I love that
each
day
of those
too.
each of those are great. And you if you guys want to keep talking, I do have another appointment. I gotta go.
I was just going to wrap up. So
that's perfect.
I want to thank each of you. I appreciate you guys coming down and talking to us. This has been an absolute blast. I love hearing from you guys and what you love about the city. And we're back with you tomorrow. We're going to be talking to integrated therapies. It's that time of year where you can get a little blue. It's a little dark. It gets dark really, really early. But they've also done some stuff with pathways. And we're going to be talking about that tomorrow as well and how that went. It's kind of an experimental thing in the city where you could just kind of walk in and get treated for a little bit of depression. And how we'll learn some tips and stuff tomorrow about how to get through the cold, dark Russian winter that we face each and every year. But thanks to Gwen Mottram, thank you to Neil Harris, and thanks Katie Thackeray for being our guest today here at Border City Furniture in downtown Lloydminster.